Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Wednesday, January 6th, 2021. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES, but before we move forward here, I do want to invite you to join me later on this afternoon at 4 p.m. Central using the Zoom link below. It is our monthly PivotBoss monthly outlook, and this is going to be the first one of the year and of the new quarter here. We're going to talk futures, stocks, crypto, and also provide some candidates for the first month and the first quarter of the year. So this is a free event. You can join me using the Zoom link in the description below. All right, let's take a look here at the ES in the daily time frame. You'll see right now, one thing we talked about in our trading room to end yesterday's session was watch the previous session's high here. If price fails to hold above that previous session's high, we may see a deep pullback, and if price starts to take out the 36.75s, it turns into a full-on outside day with the potential to see a big, broader pullback. Now, one thing to keep in mind is at the moment that this market continues to hold above the previous month's midpoint, that pivot range low, and so given the uptrend here, everything still remains focused to the upside, but we're seeing initial signs of reaction and rejection at these edges. You're seeing initially this bearish outside day at the previous year's high and close, a big pullback to the previous month's mid, and now you're seeing a failed new high with a pullback and attempting to hold above the previous session's midpoint. So right now, again, you can see two-way trade on both sides right now. I think the big level that continues to be in play is 37.12s. That's the previous, or 37.14s. That's the previous week's midpoint. And right now, a failure to hold above that level could suggest more downside ahead. So keep an eye on that level early on. All right, take a look here at the NQ. You'll notice here with the NQ, we've seen a broader pullback here. One thing we talked about in our trading room yesterday afternoon is watch 12,800. Any trap above that level could lead to a bearish outside day. It's already happened heading into RTH. As a matter of fact, heading into the London Open, it was already an outside day down. That's pretty significant. And right now, if price can't continue to hold above 12,600, it's currently below that level, especially 12,650, then we may see further weakness ahead. One key level to keep an eye on again is this important previous month's midpoint there. A failure to hold that level would open up the previous month's low. So we could be looking at a move back toward 12,200 if price can't stay above 12,600. Now if bulls are able to push price back through 12,650, that could open up a bit of a move to the upside back toward 12,800 for a test. As of right now, bears maintain control of the current day time frame structure, and holding below 650 suggests more weakness as of right now, unless bulls can push it above that zone. So right here, very interesting to see how it plays out. Keep an eye on the previous session's low. Again, 12,600, very important here. If it can reclaim that zone, we might start to walk this thing a bit higher. All right, let's take a look now at crude oil. Now, crude oil right now showing a very strong turnaround the previous session. Price pushed through the previous session's midpoint beyond that and pushed to new highs, and is now holding completely above the previous session's high, which is also the previous year's high. We're above that 50 level. 50 level we haven't seen in quite a long time. You can see right here the trend remains very, very bullish, with more upside likely ahead. Right now in the near term, 49.50 is the most important level. A failure to hold 49.50 today could open up a reversal back down. But as of right now, this market's holding and building some market structure above this zone, at least on a day time frame basis. A bit of an expanding pattern here developing in the intraday, which suggests to fade the edges with an upward bias. All right, let's take a look now at gold futures. Lastly, with gold futures here, one thing we talked about yesterday is that we are almost done. Actually, Monday, we mentioned we were almost done with this up move. If we get into 1960 to 1980, that could be a spot where we begin to see a bit of profit taking. Price has not wanted to get through 1980 at all. We've talked about this over and over. Today, a failed high as price pushes beyond the previous session's high and then drops through the previous session's low, creating a bearish outside day as of right now. Clearly 1960 rejected, as we said, could be the case. But look at the uptrend. The uptrend remains very, very firmly moving higher here. You can see the market structure remains intact. So this could have been a cycle high as well, and we may pull back, say, as deep as 1910, and that could provide an attempt to push higher here and try for 1980. So right now, again, a bit of weakness here after testing 1960. The bottom fell out a little bit into about 1930, 1925. So right now we're going to see how this plays out. But the trend remains higher. If this rejection is going to really mature, it needs to break back below 1900, and that opens up a bit more downside toward 1874 and below. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Again, please join me later on this afternoon at 4 p.m. Central using the Zoom link below to be a part of our PivotBoss monthly market outlook. All right, everyone, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the trading room. Take care.